eyes are constantly exposed to blue light, which can damage them over time. Without the proper nutrition, our eyes have a hard time filtering blue light. Even colored sunglasses or screen protectors, represented by the dye in this water, can't fully protect our eyes. However, a daily serving of Pharmanex eye formula supplies our eyes with the nutrition required to help shield them from blue light and support overall eye health. Protect your eyes from the inside out.
All my bags are packed and I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, it's blowing its horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I let you down. So many times I played around. I tell you now, they don't mean anything. Every place I go, I think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I'll come back, I'll bring you a wedding ring. Yeah! So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Yes, hello. Warm greetings, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from right now. And welcome to JhermiNATION PV, our hub for health, arts, and business. And I'm your host, Jeremy, here in London. And I take it that they're all doing well and keeping safe wherever you're watching from right now. So please write on the comment box where you're watching from so we can give you a shout out. Any questions or suggestions, please write it on the comment box. And of course, some thumbs up and hearts will be very much appreciated. So don't be shy, give it a try. Click those buttons now. And I really couldn't see who is actually online at the moment because, yes, we get 10 viewers, 7 on my Facebook page. So actually, we are streaming simultaneously live on YouTube under JhermiNATION. And we are live on JhermiNATION Facebook page as well, and on my personal Facebook page, Jeremy Roy. So there you go. And so welcome everyone here in JhermiNATION. And in keeping with what JhermiNATION is all about, I'm going to give you a seed that you can plant in your mind, that you can germinate. So our seed for today is your why is more important than the how. Our why is the main reason why we are doing what we are doing. This is our belief, the idea, the thoughts, the inspiration, the motivation. It's our driving force. The how, on the other hand, is the action part, the doing part, it's the execution, it's the mechanics on how we can make our goal, dream, or aspirations into a reality. The thing is, most of us get stuck and obsessed with the how. We always ask ourselves, how? How can I do it? I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the talents, the skills, the money, the people around me, all this how, But the good news is, if your why is big enough, is big and strong enough, as what they say, your why should make you cry. If your why is strong enough, then you will find the time, the money, the energy, the effort, the people, the skills, talents, everything. You will find all these things as you go along. So our why will actually push us to know how to do the things so we can fulfill our dreams. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's your seed of the day. Your why is more important than the how. Don't be obsessed with the how. It will come as long as you got a strong and big why. Now, before I introduce our special guests, I got two guests for tonight. So let me just play this short video.
Hi everyone, my name is Joseph and I am a newly arrived nurse here in the UK, and I am inviting everyone to come and watch my live interview on Sunday, March 7 at 7 p.m. only at JhermiNATION. See you there.
Yes, so we have two guests for tonight, and the first one is he is a newly arrived nurse in the UK. He works in Oxford University Hospital in a neurology department. He graduated nursing back in 2011, and after that, he worked as a public health nurse and a mental health nurse at the same time. He arrived here in the UK just December of 2020. And our second guest, and you will meet both of them in a few seconds. We have a nurse who has been here for 20 years. Currently, she is an advanced nurse practitioner for headache and migraine disorders. She's a lead nurse. She established a nurse-led service at the National Hospital for Neurology and Neurosurgery at Queen Squares, London. She is an awardee or a winner for the Top Quality Patient Care Award. And she is also a NICE expert advisor. NICE here in the UK is a National Institute for Clinical Excellence. And she's also an international speaker in her expertise, which is headache and migraine disorders. And currently, she is the secretary of the Filipino Nurses Association in the UK. So let's bring our special guest for today. So let's bring them. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Let us all welcome Joseph Oliverio, or JC, and Susie Lagrata. Let's hear from JC or Joseph first. So, JC, welcome here in JhermiNATION. Please greet our viewers.
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Joseph and I am a newly arrived nurse here in the UK.
Yes, welcome here. And of course, Susie. Susie is already her third time here in JhermiNATION, actually. So, Susie, please greet our viewers, our watchers right now.
Hello, good evening, everybody, and early morning in the Philippines to those who are night owls who aren't able to sleep. I'm Susie Lagrata, and I've been here in the UK for almost 22 years now, actually. Jeremy, we came together.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And yes, we would like to welcome Jen Papa Florida. Hi, Kuya Jeremy. Hello. Jen Papa is also a frontliner, and she is a host of K-World. Yan. And let's welcome our very own Mini Pascual Clepas, watching from Bournemouth, also one of the officers of the Filipino Nurses Association. And we have, Jose Ariel Lanada, watching from Oxford. Yan. And let's just actually, there you go. Can you see the logo on the right side there?
Yes.
FNUK, yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Yeah, FNUK, Filipino Nurses Association. Thank you. I can't see the other. It's not active yet, but we have Pearl Kakanindin. Yan, hello. Felipe Edward Clepas. Atina Alcantara. Hello there. And welcome also Joe Nazareno. Wow, my colleague, a good friend of mine from the ASEAN Youth Organization. She's in the military in America. Yan. So thank you very much for JC and Susie. I know we all have busy lives, but here we are to give value to our televiewers. And I always do this to my special guests. Right? Oh, bigla na wala. Right? I always do this to my special guests because nobody escapes my quick fire questions. Susie might know this one already, but JC is probably surprised what this one is all about. So my quick fire questions. So I throw questions at you, and you will answer it by the first thing that will come into your mind. So are you ready for this one? Ready, Susie and JC? All right. JC, let's start with you. So apart from your face, which body part you look most in the mirror?
Eyes?
Eyes. Wow, it's the first time. Yeah, which apart? Yeah, which body part you look most in the mirror?
Oh, hair?
Hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Susie, tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee. Yeah. JC, weird or crazy?
Weird.
Weird. You know what? I forgot this one. The timer. I forgot. Susie, what was the last thing that you Googled?
Oh, JhermiNATION. I Googled you.
Okay, thank you. JC, dream or career?
Oh, dream.
Dream. Susie, figure it out first or take action first?
I'll figure it out first.
Yes. JC, opportunity or security?
Oh, that's hard. Security.
Security. Susie, happiness or fulfillment?
Fulfillment.
Fulfillment. JC, save money or make money?
Oh my God. Save money.
Save money. Susie, when are you most beautiful?
In the morning when I just woke up from a good night's sleep.
Wow, amazing, amazing. And lastly, JC, what would you tell your 12-year-old self? If you're in front of JC who is 12 years old, what would you tell him?
Well, I think that would be never doubt yourself.
That's great, amazing. And Susie, what would you tell your 12-year-old self?
The future is bright.
Yes, amazing. Well done, well done. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that quick fire questions. So yeah, so what treat are we in for today? So what can we expect to learn and what value can we give our viewers right now? So last episode, we had Pearl. She's all actually watching at the moment. Pearl is she's a nurse, but over the years she was able to establish her own company, a recruitment company that brings nurses, foreign nurses to the UK. And soon to be, you know, she will expand as well. So she was from a recruit to now an international recruiter. But today we have a newly arrived nurse who is JC or Joseph. And we have Susie, who's been here for 20 years, and I would say he's a highly professionally successful nurse as a ANP. Actually, she's the only headache nurse, advanced nurse practitioner in the UK at the moment. Yan. So, and despite the pandemic and the restrictions, you know, nurses, foreign nurses are still coming into the UK, right? And so we have the newly arrived. So really, we would like to give our newly arrived nurses and aspiring nurses who are still in the Philippines a perspective or an overview of what to expect, you know, to when they go here in UK, so they will have a clear vision and mission on how they can accomplish what they want to accomplish in the UK, whether it's professionally or personally. because we want success for everyone, and success leaves clues. So
Yeah.
that's what we are in for today. So let's start with JC. No, so JC, apart from you decided to come here in the UK. It's usual that the reasons will be professional growth, or it could be financial. Um, it could be because of family. You want to support them. Apart from all those reasons, what made you decide to come in the UK?
Well, really, coming here was really a long decision to make. I mean, it wasn't like a decision that I made overnight. So one of the many reasons why I decided to come here was, um, well, for my son and for my wife, basically, and then for career growth as well, because we all know here in in United Kingdom, especially here in England, career-wise, it's really like the best place to be for us nurses.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you actually apply somewhere else as well, like Middle East or America, Canada?
Well, to be honest, I didn't like it's only UK. It's only UK. It's like if it's not UK, I will not be working overseas, and that's it.
Wow. So did you have friends here who you
Well,
asked for advice, or?
yeah, it was actually my wife's aunt who inspired me to come here. Really, I am very lucky. I'm one of the lucky newcomers who has family here who could support and guide me throughout my way. And for that, I'm very much thankful. Like I owe them big time. Really,
Wow. It's really an advantage, if you got somebody here already.
definitely,
Back,
definitely, yeah,
yes. Back then, Susie, you remember, I mean, I myself, we don't have anybody here, and we have to really establish everything, ourselves, so that's very lucky. So that's for all those who are watching right now, it is definitely an advantage having somebody like a relative or family already here in the UK. But it's not the end of the world if you don't have any, because we came here, like me and Susie, we didn't have anybody. But, we're, 20 years after, we're still here. So it's not gonna be a problem. Just for everybody's information, all those who are still in the Philippines, or newly arrived here. So did you have any anxiety, coming over here? Obviously, you came here in December, so there's no pandemic yet, right? So it
well,
wasn't it wasn't a problem yet. You
it,
haven't heard of the pandemic yet before that time.
no, I come here
Yeah,
actually
the thick of it.
during the
Yeah,
pandemic already. Yeah,
Oh,
because
December.
just
I
this
was
December.
yeah,
Just this December.
I was supposed to arrive here May of 2020, but because of the lockdown, nurses in the Philippines before was not allowed to go overseas. So I was like I had to wait until December for me to be able to come here.
Wow. So imagine, UK only locked down in March. Look how behind we are, isn't it? So that means May 2020, you're supposed to arrive here already, but it's already
Yes.
locked down. There were already restrictions back home.
Yeah, it was. I think it was March 2020 when the lockdown in the Philippines started. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, March as well. Okay, all right. Okay, I see. I see. Wow. Any anxieties that coming over here? You knew that UK has got the highest rate in Europe.
definitely, definitely. Actually, talking about anxiety, you can't really like get that out from the scene because you know
Mhm.
working or going outside your comfort zone is
Mhm.
already a big risk to take. So
Yeah.
anxiety is always there. So I'm just really lucky that I have family here. I got a support system here, and my wife has always been supportive all throughout.
Wow, amazing. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. That's true. Anxiety will always be there. It's just a matter of managing it. That's the truth. You just have to manage it. Yeah. Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you, JC. Susie, for the benefit of all those newly arrived nurses and all those aspiring nurses which are still in the Philippines, how did you approach when you came here to the UK? Why? 20 years ago. Your journey here as a nurse. Well, we came here at the same time. Me and Susie came here at the same time in the UK. So how did you approach during that time, if you can still remember, um, when you came over here? Did you have a clear plan already that this is what you would like to do, or you just going with the flow? What what UK can offer you, or you already have a roadmap in your plan, in your mind? So how did you approach it since you came in here?
Yes, so complete in complete honesty, when I came here, the main reason was finance. It's all
Mm,
money. No
mm,
career, no progression. I promised myself I'm gonna be here for 2 years just to save enough for my back then a 1 year old baby. I left a 1 year old baby when I left 22 years ago, and that I must say, you asked me whether I remember it. I remember it as if it was only yesterday. Leaving my 1 year old baby was the most painful thing I've ever done in my life. To choose money, to generate money, over looking after my child. And I think most of us Filipinos who ventured overseas can relate, and it resonates with all of us. Family comes first, and we really don't mind sacrificing for all of them. But when I came here, it was tough, like what you've already alluded, Jeremy. We didn't know anybody. In fact, there were 50 of us. We were the first batch, and I didn't know anybody at all until I came to the airport. I don't know anyone. I was the only one, I think, who was from the province where I came from. And lucky enough, everybody who was in the same batch as we did were first timers. I think there were two or three who were previous nurses who worked abroad previously. So we were on a similar journey. So we understood each other. However, I felt amongst those that I became really close with for the first few months, I maybe because I was the only one with a child within the group, I was so badly affected by it. I had such a homesickness that every night I was crying. And little, sometimes you see it in the film, right? When you miss somebody, you see the person in the ceiling. It's true. When you miss someone so much, you see them. Whatever you look, you see. I see my child in the ceiling. I see my child in the wall. I see her everywhere. It was tough because I was adjusting with the culture. I was adjusting with a language, because it's such a foreign accent for all of us. I was adjusting with missing my husband, my parents, and my child most of all. But um coming here, I have no roadmap at all. I didn't even real I was once actually featured as a successful ethnic minority from my trust. And during that feature, I actually told them, if anybody told me 22 years ago that in 22 years time you will be at where you are now, and you will be speaking all over the world, and you will be writing papers, and you will be doing your own research, presenting it in international conferences. Literally, I would tell them they were lying. Who would have thought of that? Even you wouldn't have thought of that,
yeah.
because although there are successful nurses back home and we had role models, I've never come across any Filipinos who were doing such that 22 years ago. And I must say that UK, my trust had been really good to me, but most especially I had family who actually were my support network. They were my number one champion, and my group of friends. They know who they are. There were six of us, and up to now we are very close friends. They are my family, and I can be with them. And as I go along my way, I've met new friends, I've met new families. I have a community here in where I live in East London, where I almost sometimes don't miss my family back home anymore, because they're there for me all the time. But my advice for those who are coming here for the first time, the journey may be different from us back then, because we didn't do OSCE. We had an adaptation period until recently that was changed to OSCE. So those who are about to come, when you come, you're gonna come across nurses who are very successful. You're gonna come across nurses who have achieved a lot, and it's so tempting to think, oh, when will I get there? The first thing to think about is getting that OSCE, past that OSCE, because once you had your OSCE passed, the world is your oyster. As long as you work hard, you grab every opportunity, then there's no way you will fail. And if you will be homesick and you will be anxious, that's fine. Everybody went through that, but do not linger on it. Harness that energy and use that energy for your personal and professional development.
Yes. Wow, that was really inspiring, Susie. That's true. That's true. So all of us, there's no shame on it. All of us came here because of money. We want to support our family back home. That's just the reality. Let's just the reality. And during that time, we just have to do what we need to do.
Yes.
Just do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter whether we're gonna leave them, or, as what you said, you have to exchange your family for money. But in the end, we're gonna get there. As what I said earlier on my on our seed of the day, our why. Will if your why is strong and big enough, you will find out how you're going to do it.
And Jeremy, remember back then there were no ates or kuyas who were telling us, who were telling us to be assertive, who were telling
Oh
us to
yeah.
empower yourself, who's telling us or advising us, not just because you were told to do it, you should be doing it. We were still back then in the mentality of yes, sir, yes, ma'am, everything, yes, 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 yes. So, and this is what I always tell people, like when I met newly arrived nurses through FNA UK, that your road to success is much easier than us. You will do a lot more than us. You are the future of Filipino nurses in the UK.
You know what?
Yes,
I
that's
have to
amazing.
agree with Susie on that one. Like coming here as as the new breed of nurse, Filipino nurses in England. I'm very much thankful, especially to FNA UK, because they have been such a big help, especially with our OSCE. They have been giving us free OSCE support sessions, and with that, I mean it means the world. I mean, if she's right. Susie was right. That the road now is like has been paved well for the for the new breed of nurses. And yeah, I also have to agree about you must know before coming here. You must know your deep whys. Why you are doing this? Why or for who you are doing what you're doing now. Because at the end of the day, it will be yourself who will be fighting your inner demons. Like at the end of the day, it's you should come back to your deep whys, because coming here is not like a walk in the park. Like when you go here, you will earn money, you will have everything you want to have. So you really have to back up yourself with great inspiration for you to be able to go further, to move forward.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Thank you, JC. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, shout out to our FNA UK family. Yan. Filipino Nurses Association UK. And at this point, I would like to welcome and greet Danalyn Salvador. Yan, one of our contestants from JhermiNATION Got Champion. Kalista Kalimag. We have Darmin Balarinion, Lito Fontanilla, my cousin from Canada. We have Edelbelt Rosalie Magbo, yan, one of the successful nurses here as well in the UK. And Pearl Kakanindin, yan. Welcome, welcome. So JC, I just would like to get your thoughts about professionals going abroad, to further their because not everybody. I've come across people who comes to who goes abroad. It's not because of money as well. It's for them. It's just to have independence. They just want to be adventurous. They want to further their professional growth. But we come abroad. We go abroad for different reasons. So, what's your perspective about going abroad? And as what they always say, we are draining the Philippines of of nurses. But the truth is, no matter how many nurses you're bringing here, there's still plenty of nurses back home. So what's your perspective about going abroad?
Well, basically, yeah, to be honest, first is the income. Second is like even in the Philippines, I am very keen on pursuing or finding improvements in my career pathway. So as what I've heard, what I've been hearing from my wife's aunt, sky's the limit here. As long as you persevere, as long as you work hard for what you want, then for sure you will have it. You will have it. You will definitely have it. You just have to persevere and focus.
Yes, amazing, amazing. And the
Jeremy,
truth is,
just
yes,
can
Karen,
I
yeah.
add little bit because you mentioned about draining the Philippines. No, I think it's a very important issue that you pointed out. It's a sore point for some people. But to be honest, from my own personal experience, if I had opportunity back home, I wouldn't have left my family. There's no way. In fact, back then, I had my work permit. I was flying the day before, the day after, and I was still contemplating. But I can't live on 3,500 per month with 1-year-old baby and a
Yeah.
husband. And hopefully, things will improve, that we don't need to make that choice, and that it's more of a luxury to go abroad rather than to
Yeah.
earn.
Yeah,
Yes.
Susie is actually right. Like, if we only have those opportunities back home, we will never leave our country. Like, for myself, I mean, 9 years back, or when I was still in the university 10 years ago, I didn't see myself working overseas. I mean, I really love serving our countrymen. I've worked in the Philippines. I've been a nurse in the Philippines for 9 years, for 9 long years.
Mm.
But everything's just come to an end. I mean, when you go older, when you get older, your priorities change.
Yes.
Your ambitions, your dreams. You just have to do whatever it takes. And if leaving the country is one of the way to do it, then so
And,
be it.
and it's a
Yes.
reciprocal thing. We send money back home,
Yeah.
and we actually is a huge contributor of our economy, and it's
Exactly.
something that we will never stop doing anyway.
That's true. That's very, very true. Yeah. Thank you for all your inputs. It's really good. Our listeners are really getting a good value on the overview on what it is really like. Going out of the country and working on another foreign land. So, Susie, 20 years on, ago, how much has changed? How much has changed? Because you mentioned one already earlier that during the time there's no OSCE. It's just like 3 to 6 months of adaptation period, and then that's it. But when you finish that one, that's it. And how much has changed in those 20 years? Because you have been in contact or
Yeah.
in interaction with newly arrived nurse. That's how I come to know
Okay.
Joseph, actually, because I approached Susie. I said, Susie, do you know who will be brave enough to be on a live stream?
He impressed me. That's why he was the
Yes,
first person that came to mind. He really impressed me when I spoke to him because he's quite eloquent. I can see
yeah,
he knows what he wants. But yeah,
yes, that's true.
Thank you. Thank you.
that is a good question. But just to clarify to the viewers, I was only 2 years old when I came here. So that makes me 22.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Joking aside,
So how much has changed, you think, in terms of the system? Apart from there's OSCE now, there's English test. Before there's no English test. It's just
I,
adaptation period, and that the nurses as well who are coming in here.
yeah.
Obviously you can see. Oh, well, back then we were like this, but now
Mm.
the nurses coming in here. Oh, they are very. What has changed
Yeah, I'm
in
gonna
those
go
terms?
through few things from professional, academic. I'm gonna go through few things
Yes,
because
yes,
right
please,
now
yeah,
I think I'm in the best place because I can see the journey of the new nurses through FNA UK, who's very active in
yes,
supporting them. So when we started here, there were no OSCE. We did an adaptation period, which I think I prefer, having seen what OSCE is. I think it prepares the nurses more. The only disadvantage for us back then, we started as an A grade, and we have
yeah,
to complete the adaptation period, which usually takes us up to 6 months to do so. Unlike to the newcomers, once they've done their OSCE, if they manage to do it in a month, then they'll be a band 5 right away. And when they start, I think they start as if I'm not mistaken, either a B or a C grade, or even a band 4. I think they're 3 or 4. So that's the huge difference. They get paid a little bit more and get acknowledged as nurses. Because back then, no, when we started, we were A grade, the bottom of
yes,
healthcare assistant, and yet we get people from ITU. Well, we were first batches, so it was they weren't quite experienced on how to deal with internationally trained nurses. Imagine you're wearing a healthcare assistant uniform, and yet you're looking after patients with trachea.
Yes.
I mean, that's not gonna be a no. It's a no now. So those who are
Yes.
aspiring to come, you will be supported all the way. Every step of the way, you will be supported. You will have your own OSCE training locally in your local trust, and FNA UK helps that as well. I think one advantage for us, Jeremy, is because we were new to them.
Yes.
And there were more money in the NHS then. We were spoiled for choice in terms of academic courses. In fact, back then, I love studying, and I just grabbed every opportunity to study because I thought, oh my God, can you imagine? I'm studying, they're paying for my tuition fee, and they're paying my salary. And it was an alien concept for me coming from the Philippines back then. And there were few people who were averse from doing so because, like me, the reason why they were here back then was for finance. But I just kept on studying. And I think now I'm a manager, so I manage people now as well. So I know it's not that generous anymore. And there's the money is an issue, and funding is an issue, but it's still not impossible. It just means that people, there are more competition, but you will still get it as long as you put it in your appraisals. So those who just came around, yeah. For example, you, JC, the first time back home, I don't know whether you do regular appraisal. We do appraisals here, and make sure when you do your appraisal and you really would like to take a course, put it in your appraisal, in your development plan, because the last thing you want is you keep on, we complain that we weren't being given academic opportunity, but we also do not, demand for it. You really need to make sure that you voice it out, that you wanted something, and it will happen. It may mean you need to wait 1, 2, 3 years, but it will inevitably happen. That's one good thing here in UK. If you want something and you show that, you are really all for it, then they will support you in actually achieving that. Now, the other difference I think as well is now there are more Filipinos. Wherever you look, left, right, front, back, there are Filipinos. So there are support everywhere. Back then, it was we were quite sparse. I remember walking in the street, and if I see a bus driver who looks like a Filipino, we will wave because we were so hungry into speaking to somebody who is a compatriot. I think the other difference as well is, I think the new breed of Filipino nurses, and I'm so proud to say, are very assertive. I think they come here, they have lived experiences, they have life experiences, and they know what they want. The part of coming here is, yes, for financial gain to help our family back home, but there's also professional growth. Maybe back then, when we started, we didn't have a pattern. We didn't have a role model to follow. We didn't have a Jeremy, for example, or a Ariel Lanada or a Susie to follow. Oh, this is the pathway I wanted to go for. This is the pathway I want to follow. We don't have a mini Klepach who's been awarded the BME. I mean, it was an alien nature back then, and it was just recently that we were getting all these people who's raising the profile of Filipino nurses. And I think it's a good thing for those who just recently arrived, and to those who are still traversing the journey of career nursing profession here in the UK.
Wow, that is amazing. We have a comment here. Thank you for that one, Susie. Antonino Lagrata, looks familiar. I've witnessed your journey and all your hard work and sacrifices, not for yourself, but for your family. Wow. Susie,
can I just, because you mentioned,
yeah, sure.
Can I pay homage to my husband? For those nurses here who have family, it's impossible to be successful and to do what you want if your spouse or your partner is not supportive. He allowed me to fly high, and he stayed in the shadow without feeling of contempt, without feeling of jealousy. I'm gonna cry. Without competing with my career, and I'm really grateful. Thank you, my hubby.
Wow. Yeah, Anton, shout out to you. At this point, I've actually got a surprise for you, Susie.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
I'm pretty sure you know who I am.
I just want to say I'm so proud of you and all the things that you've done and all the things that you've achieved during this nursing profession. You are my role model in all of this, and I only pray for you to stay strong and healthy and stay as knowledgeable as you are. Love you and good luck.
Wow.
Oh, Jem, we have to we see each other every day.
Wow. Okay. I would like I would like to give a shout out to all those who are. We have Riza Bongais. Wow, Riza. Hello. Proud of you, Mars, Susie. We have also let's actually put them in the comment on the yes. Yes, we have Risa. Yan. Proud of you, Mars, Susie. And we have Embert Paat. Hello, Embert. I know Embert. Hello, nice one, Kuya Jermeroy. He's also in Oxford, as far as I know, right? Embert?
Yeah,
Embert Paat?
we're in the same cohort. Actually,
Oh,
we were
wow.
six. Yeah, so that's why we call ourselves Big Six. So shout out to Big Six. So they're like my
Wow.
brothers and sisters here.
Wow. Shout out to all of you. Yan. And we also have Kalista Kalimag. Napakalaking tulong po ng FNA UK sa aming mga bagong mukha ng nurses. Mula pa po nung naka-isolate kami hanggang sa inalalayan kami na makapasa sa aming OSCE. Maraming salamat po talaga. Napakalaking bagay from the bottom of my heart. Maraming salamat po. Pagpalain po kayo ng Panginoong may kapal. Yan. Yan, and that is we have Ate Julie Simmons as well of Eurasia, Mrs. Philippines Eurasia. Julie Simmons watching as a chatter nurse. Wow, wow. Thank you, Ate Julie. We have Minnie. Thanks, Joseph, for choosing to work in UK. Your ability, knowledge, and skills will be a great addition to our NHS. We are so proud of you, Filipino pride.
Thank
Yan.
you, Mini. Thank you.
And we also have so proud kapatid Joseph Oliverio.
Yeah,
Yan,
that's
Angelique.
Adzik and Caesar. All the Big Six are here watching,
Wow, wow.
supporting. Yeah,
Angelic Tenorio, wow. And we have CJ Abelgastana. Hi, JC. Proud kami sa'yo. Yan, yan.
thank
And
you mga kapatid.
yes, and we have J. Vincent Medina as well. Yan, J. Vincent Medina. And let's just give them a shout out. And we have salute to Susie and JC. Mabuhay ang JhermiNATION. Yan, our President Jose Ariel Llanada. Yan, who is also our winner in One Nations Award UK Lockdown 2020, a leadership award. Yan. And we have Pin Doherty. Congratulations, FNA UK. Yes. Well done, Susie. Love you from Pin Doherty. We have Dave Moskop. Hello. Hi, Jeremy, Susie, and Joseph. Enjoying the show. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So, JC, back to you. So far, your experience here in the UK, what has been your experience like? Obviously, it's a different culture, different language, all the accents, different, in the hospital, it's so different as well. Back home, it's Americanized back home, but here it's, it's British way. So, what have been your experience so far?
Well, first is really the bedside care because back home I've been working as a public health nurse, so I don't really have much experience on the clinical side aside from the delivery room. So coming here, it's really a big challenge. And aside from the fact that I am the only Filipino nurse in my area, so it's quite really different. And the system here, how they do the documentation and all the computer things, it's just so new. So, but I'm just so glad that my trust, the OUH has been really supportive. The staff has been very friendly. They've been there to support you. They're always there to look after you and to ask if you need anything or you need some support. And they're very generous, giving you those study day. And my division under Mr. Jose Lianada has been a very like supportive, like it's like more of a family. They won't let you do everything by yourself. They always see to it that you are always supported the best possible way the trust could.
Wow, that's amazing. That's very good to hear. And your experience in a different country is will becomes easier and becomes smooth and a pleasant experience, especially if you have a lot of support. Right now, we have FNA UK, to support newly arrived nurses. That really
Yeah,
makes a huge difference. Huge
really,
difference, huge difference, huge
really
difference. Yeah.
like you have Ate and Kuya whom you can send a private message every time you have something or you have you are clouded. And aside from that, I am also lucky that my family here is also working for the NHS. In fact, my wife's aunt Marjorie is also a champion in her own field in neurosurgery. So she's been helping me a lot, really, like big time.
Wow, amazing, amazing. All right. At this point, we're just gonna go for a commercial break, and we will be right back. So stick around. We'll be right back. Wash your hands or sanitize your hand. Wear your face mask and maintain a safe distance.
Amazing Pyra. Take out your weapons and
Yes. That was amazing, Pyra, a fire dancer from the Philippines. So he was actually one of our grand finalists on JhermiNATION Got Champion Talent Competition. And actually, I found out 4 years ago he was in Filipinas Got Talent. He was one of the grand finalists as well. So yeah, and so that's amazing, Pyra. So yes, so we would like to just flash in some comments here. We have say Mini Susie beyond proud. Congratulations, your compassionate, positive leadership is second to none. Thank you for everything you do and for being you. Love you. Yan. And we have Jimmy Wong. Wow, one of my business mentors here in the UK. Mabuhay JhermiNATION. Thank you very much. And we also have Pin Doherty. Congratulations, FNA UK. And we have Matt Swale. Welcome, Matt Swale. Jen Robino. Welcome. J. Vincent Medina. And Ronnie Dayao from Australia. We have Marion Gerald Mangalindan, our bunso in FNA UK. Yan. And who else? We have Wilton Paes, Maricris Demetrial, Sabili. Welcome, welcome. We have, yes, J. Vincent, Danalyn, Salvador. And let's bring back our special guest. Yan. Welcome back, welcome back. Yan. Yan. So, Susie, going back to you. Yeah, we have you are in a position, a position of authority, I would say as well. What can you say we should improve? You have seen everything for 20 years. What do you want to see in the NHS improve? If there's one thing that you would like to suggest, because you've seen it.
Yeah. So for me, Jeremy, I want more representation of minority groups at the top. We need to see more people at the top to sit on the table who looks like us, who speaks similarly like us, and who understands us. The difficulty is, and I'm kudos to our employers here, to our non-Filipino or indigenous colleagues who were born here, and they try their best to understand us and to try to go through our journey. But unless you walk that journey, you wouldn't understand it. Hence, we need more people who has gone through that journey with us, and who also understands our weaknesses. So, for example, in terms of Filipinos, compared to other ethnic minority group, we probably are more reserved. We are less assertive. We tend to please more than others, and we're quite well known to that. And in fact, that's part, I think, of the appeal of Filipino nurses, is because of, on top of being professional, competent, excellent, we are easy to work with. We try not to create problem if we can get away from doing that, but unfortunately, in a globalized world, in a Western world where people are assertive, we need to level up to that. And how do we improve that? We need, the NHS is doing their part. They're giving all this, training that we can all attend and submit to. But there are niche needs that are quite unique to Filipinos. And I think this is where, again, I'm going to mention where FNA UK comes in, leadership training, interview skills, because often we always hear it from our colleagues, right? I don't know why I didn't get that job. I was so good clinically. I know this person who did get that job, I was way better than that person. But as a person of authority now, where I shortlist, I sit in the panel, I interview people beyond band aids. Unfortunately, when you sit in the interview, in that interview chair, everything is blank. As a manager who's choosing who will be suitable for the position, I need to forget what you do every day. I need to judge everything with, based on what you say on the day, at the time that you are answering my interview questions, and similarly to the other members of the panel. And this is where we can improve and help empower our fellow Filipino nurses and all nurses across the country, irrelevant of where you came from. We need to empower the nurses more by leading by example, giving placing more nurses at the top. So we have role models, and we have pathways that we can follow. We have patterns that we can follow, and also we need to start listening with each other. We need to work as one. And I mean, the most relevant issue right now is, as we all know, we're not going to be political here, is the, and it's all over the news, this 1% pay rise. We don't, what we need to do is to unify. Let's understand the issue, let's keep ourselves informed, and let's get involved. That's very important, because things will not change until we do something about it. And often, maybe I'm generalizing, most of us, Filipinos, we try to stay at the background, and we try to let others lead and follow it, if we see more people are following it. But maybe this time we need to, especially with what happened to the pandemic, it has uncovered so many disparities, so many Filipinos are disproportionately affected by it. So maybe now it's time for action. We need to start mobilizing the Filipino nurse leaders here, for example, in empowering and strengthening and making our voice louder this time.
Yes, that is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, representation. I think it's starting to what we planted 20 years ago, or many years back. It's already, we are seeing the fruit of it, because now we are seeing more Filipino nurses being awarded
Yeah,
BEM. It's like
yeah.
we have Mini. We have Francis Fernando, one of our founding father, FNA UK, and we also have Charito Leonardo, who I interviewed a few weeks back. And yes, so representation and making our voice heard. I think empowerment and being assertive, is something that we didn't have before. We just say, we were very subservient during that time. We just say yes, 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 and blah blah blah. But now
Yeah.
it has changed. Now we're changing the culture now.
Yeah, it was a tougher journey, and if
Mm.
we can, germination is seed, isn't it? That's what you always say, and I always remember that. And if there's one seed that we can plant to the newcomers, and to those in the Philippines who are still planning to come here, it's that you don't need, you gain more respect by saying no sometimes, because that means you are figuring things out. You are not just saying yes for the sake of saying yes. Assertiveness is extremely important, and back then nobody told us. Back then, we thought that the nicer we are, the better we will be.
Yes, exactly. That's true. So really, assertiveness, empowerment, and that being subservient, Filipino subservient is it will be history. Will be history soon. We have Terry Tandingan is my a friend and colleague in the Heart Hospital Cardiac ICU before. He's in the US now. Hi, Jerm. It's so good to see you again on your live channel. I'm so proud of your mission and great vision, uplifting our Filipino nurses there in the UK. Remember, back during our days when I'm still there in London working with you and the rest of the UCLH, the Heart Hospital Filipino pioneers, we strive hard and did our best to prove ourselves that we are good, if not the best nurses. At the end, we made a mark and the rest is history. Finally, UK is very proud to have Filipino nurses. Yan.
And
Well done, well
Jeremy,
done.
let's not forget the discrimination we have to go through back then as well, huh?
Yes, yes, that's true, that's true. Yeah.
Not they call it now, what is it? Is it minor aggression? There's a new word for it. Back then it wasn't minor. It was blatant.
Yes, that's true, that's true. Yeah. So, JC, back to you. Where do you see yourself, 5 to 10 years from now?
Well, to be really honest, because one of the reasons coming here is to further nurture my career. I would really want to see myself being the next, like, Susie, the next Ariel, the next Mini.
Wow, that's amazing. See, we have back then we didn't have really role models, but now we have Susie, we have Ariel, we have Francis, Minnie. Wow, that's amazing. JC, I've got a surprise for you.
Oh,
Oh my god! Surprise!
oh,
Well, thank you so much for working so hard there in the UK just for us. I know to become a UKRN is not a piece of cake. Like, you went through many hardships and difficulties, but of course, you're such a courageous man, so there you are. You're already one of them. And, well, all I can say is that be yourself, be a Filipino nurse who is kind, passionate, and always willing to help other people. And be down to earth always also. And I miss you a lot. I love you and see you soon.
Of course.
That was Janice or JM.
Thank
If
you.
Joseph is JC, Janice is JM.
Yeah, thank
Oliverio.
you. Thank you for that one. I was really surprised. I mean, wow.
What's to that?
There's plenty of surprises here in Germination.
I know.
Excellent. I was so surprised. Honestly, I was.
All right. So, Susie, you said a lot already, but is there anything that you would like to advise our newly arrived nurses here? Not just clinically, but in life as well. Our journey here. What would you advise our newly arrived nurses here?
So do
If
not
there's
always go back whenever you're in doubt, whenever you feel you're lost, go back to the day that you decided to go to the UK. What was the reason for it? And always go back to it, because that will be your compass. And there are many distractions here in the UK. There are many things that will actually distract you from your main goal, but always go back to that. And I've gone through that. It was tough. There were many things that always plays in your head, especially when you just started. But in life, just first, concentrate on your OSCE, but be wise financially as well. I know money is something we're not comfortable talking about, but that's one reason why we're here. But be very wise. Always think about every decision that you make, because it's like a domino effect. Everything you do, every decision you make has a repercussion. But you're all, especially those who are just starting, no, you're young. And this, if you're gonna make a mistake, this is the best time to make a mistake. But just make sure that when you fall, or when you commit a mistake, that you learn from it and you never go back to it. And the other thing as well is, if you have been given an opportunity, grab it. Do not think twice. Change is always scary, and if I got scared, I'm not the most confident to begin with. I'm not always assured of what I want and of myself. But what I did though was, I never allowed any opportunity to be wasted. And if you are being given opportunity and it's there in front of you, take it, even if it's scary. Sometimes it's comfortable to just stay in the woods, because you're comfortable there. You don't know what's going to happen when you move on. But without realizing, moving on is actually brighter. The road is actually smoother. Things will be much easier. So do not be afraid. Be bold and grab every opportunity. And when you're lost and you're not sure where you're heading, go back. Go back to the day you decided, I'm going to leave everything behind. It wasn't an easy decision. Why did you leave everything behind? Why did you leave your child? Why did you leave your parents? Why did you leave your friends? Why did you leave a high position in the Philippines to start at the bottom here? Go back there, and that will be your compass, and everything will be okay.
Wow, amazing. Thank you for that. In addition to that one, as what Susie said, it's the time to fail now. I've heard this once before, fail early. So you will learn, and then you will be successful earlier too.
Can
So,
I forget
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
travel. Please save money, but be generous in traveling, because these are the things you cannot go back to. When you get to your mid 40s and you've done all your agencies, you want to travel, but you can't walk properly because you have back pain. There's
Yes,
an travel.
that's true. Grab every opportunity. There's a lot of opportunities here. always say yes. As long as it's within your why. As long as it's in line or it's aligned with your purpose or your goal. You don't always have to say yes, but you have to don't miss any opportunity. But as long as it's aligned with your
Yeah.
true core, that's very important. And financial education is very important. It's good that Susie actually pointed that out. Always get if you can get a crash course in like financial education. It's really advisable. It's really advisable. Yeah, financial education because we can be highly professional, but we can be financially illiterate. That's one of the sayings that I have come across, which is very true because they don't teach that one in school. You have to seek that out ourselves. Yeah, really good, really good. Thank you for that. And JC, if time and money is not a concern, what would you like to do? If money and
Oh,
time is not a concern, what would you like to do?
well, basically, I would really love to reach out to those in needs like charities because growing up I wasn't born with a silver spoon, and I know how it feels to have nothing. Although I'm very much lucky to have a very responsible parent, a to come from a very loving family, but you see a lot of people you know having a hard time bringing food on their table. So if money and time were no issue, I will definitely reach out to those in needs, and maybe treat the whole family, give them the best thing that the world could offer, and
Yes,
just give back.
amazing. Giving back, that's very important. Giving back, paying it forward. There's a lot of things that we can do, outside of nursing. Outside of nursing, So, Susie, I mentioned outside of nursing, what else do you want to achieve? You're already the advanced nurse practitioner, you're international speaker. You're the only one in the UK who is an expert on this one.
Yes,
So,
and
what else do you want to do in terms of nursing and also outside of nursing? What would you like to do?
so in
I
terms
think it's time for you to branch out because you've reached it. What else is there?
Yeah, exactly. So in terms of nursing, I have been offered other posts, and I purposefully want to now hold back because I'm happy where I am. I didn't get to where I am, by plan. It just happened to me. God is so good to me, honestly. Like JC, he said he wasn't born with a silver spoon. I grew up below poverty line, and it's because of my parents. Actually, that's why I get to where I am, and my sister who helped educated me. But in terms of nursing, I think I'm happy where I am. I have the best of both worlds. I'm doing things academically. I'm publishing. I'm being considered a trailblazer in migraine specialty, not just in the UK, but everywhere, just because I was there when it was still a niche. I always believe that I was at the right place at the right time, with God's, with of course with God's guidance. But in terms of nursing, maybe I would want to slow down. Once I've done my PhD, maybe complete my PhD in few years time, since I've already signed up for it. And like what I've said, I try to practice what I preach, grab every opportunity. So when I was given the 100% scholarship, why not grab it? So I grab it. It was tough, but I plan to hopefully complete it. And once that's done, maybe slow down. And then what I plan to do afterwards is, I would want to start doing a lot of outreach. I'm still gonna be doing migraines, but migraine is one of the most invisible disease. And what I plan to do is to start, for free, maybe teaching in the Philippines, either online or going there, to increase the practitioner and the healthcare professionals' knowledge on how to treat this highly disabling and invisible disease. The specialty has given me so much, and I want to pay forward by helping those who are suffering on their own because they weren't being given access to treatment that usually are for free and are very cheap. So that's one thing I would want to do when I start slowing down in the NHS. In terms of my for my personal life, I wanted to start traveling more with my family, and hopefully, with God's guidance, I'll be given a grandchild in few years' time, and I'll look after my grandchild.
Wow, that's amazing. You know what, Susie? What I can suggest? Build a hospital.
Well,
Build a
actually,
hospital
Jeremy, I've started
for
liaising.
headache. Yeah.
I've started liaising with because I really, in all honesty, I don't want it. If it will come to profit, it will be put back to treatment. But I want to really increase the awareness of migraine disease in the Philippines, because I've done my master's in headaches, and most Southeast Asian countries have done epidemiology on migraine except the Philippines, and that's the basic. And if we're not measuring the disability, if we're not measuring the societal effect, then people in the Philippines are suffering. So that's gonna be my if God will allow me, my plan.
Yes, I think God has already allowed you.
Yes, true, true,
I
true.
claim it, claim it,
Yes,
claim
yeah.
it. Yes, that's true. So let's come to the challenges. Let's just briefly touch on the challenges. What are the challenges that you faced here, JC? Just one main challenge
Well,
coming here to
basically,
the U.S.
although I have a family here in the UK, it's very hard to have your wife and my 4-year-old son, left back in the Philippines. So it's like it's one of those challenges that I see that's very you know making me feel more homesick than I could ever imagine. But at the same time, those challenges, I see them as my somehow my fuel, my driving force to move forward, to do the best that I could as far as a newly arrived or a newly qualified nurse in the UK can, because when you see those challenges in a brighter perspective, this would somehow give you that boost to leverage.
That's true. And just for the benefit of all those newly arrived nurses here, and for the aspiring nurses in the Philippines, aspiring nurses to come here in the UK, as what JC said, bringing family over here, it's the same challenge with us, Susie, isn't it? So, but
Yeah,
here we are. Our most of our families are already here. So soon,
Yeah,
your family can join you here. So,
the
yeah.
one
uh,
advantage,
Crossing
the one
fingers.
the one advantage now, Jeremy, back then we need to wait 10 months, 1 year to get our family, and now
yeah,
they can easily get them.
yes, yes.
As long as they have the financial capability to do so. There's no time limit anymore.
Wow, amazing, amazing. So I
Yeah.
this question I always ask this question to my guests, my special guests. I call this the dinner question. I'm sure you had dinner already. Have you had dinner already,
Not yet.
JC? Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
All right. Okay, JC. I always ask this question to my special guests. I call this a dinner question. If you're going
All
to have
right.
a dinner with somebody, anybody in the world, it could be somebody who's already dead or still alive. It could be a big person as well. Who is this person that you would like to have dinner with? Why and what question would you ask this person?
Well, that would definitely be my late papa. He died in 2009 when I was still in the university, and I was just, if given the chance, I know it's impossible because it's not yet here anymore. But I would just like to hear him say, if he's proud of me, which I think he is, and you know, I just really miss him, and I hope I could make him even more proud in the future, like not just being a nurse, but being a father to my family.
Wow, that's amazing. Susie, who do you want to have dinner with? I don't know if I've asked you this question already before.
Um, Now with the pandemic, I would want, and genuinely, I would want to have a dinner with my nanay and tatay, because if there's one thing that brings me down during this pandemic is not the fear of losing my life. It's not the fear of getting the COVID. It was the fear that I will not have the opportunity to go home to the Philippines to see them ever again alive because they're quite old. So if you have a magic wand right now and I have one wish and I'll even willing to trade off my career. I wanted to be with my nanay and my tatay, have a nice dinner and have coffee first thing in the morning.
Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. But before we wrap this up, let me just uh, see if we have any questions here. Embert Paat said, Yan, our OFE, Overseas Filipino Entrepreneur. A great job, bro, Joseph Oliverio. We have Richel Tayong. Congrats, Joseph. This is a great discussion. We have Marjorie Junio Mistula. Yan, we have Mini. Yan, which I have read already earlier. And I just want to see who I have missed. We have May Richel watching from rugby. Hello, May Richel. Yes, we're gonna have her as well in a few weeks' time. We have Alisa Logan. Keep up the good work. We have Rosanita Stork Gargita watching from Birmingham. Thank you very much. And who else is here? We have Queen Liza Bergua, Christine Balanon, Maita Martin, Jen Rubino, Wilton Paez. Wow, thank you very much for being here. We have Gentner Cress, Jimmy Wong, and J. Vincent Medina. Wow. Thank you very much, Susie and JC. And I have this gift for you for being here.
Ah, can I
Uh,
get
that's for Susie.
Oh, thank you.
Yan, that's three beautiful flowers for you, Susie. Virtual
Thank
lang muna, virtual. Yeah, that's for you. Thank you for being here, Susie. Thank you for sharing your experience, your expertise, and especially your time. And JC, yan, that's a glass of
Cheers.
wine for you. Cheers. Thank you very much. And JC, we wish you all the best in your career here in the UK. And as you know, we are always here. FNA UK, your kuyas and ates are here to support all the newly arrived nurses here in the UK. So, yan. So, maraming salamat, Susie and JC for being here. Yan.
Thank you for having us.
Yan. Yan. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes.
And I also take this opportunity to thank you as well, no? Thank you not just for guesting us, but thank you for things that you do for the community. Yeah, it's not easy. We do this very rarely with FNA, and I know the background the hard work that that you put into it, the planning, the script, the concept. So thank you very much because
Wow.
you are raising the profile of Filipino nurses, the entire community, nurses or not, here in the UK. So, and thanks for the seeds of wisdom. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Jeremy, for
you.
this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, JC, ladies and gentlemen. Again, let's all thank JC, our newly arrived nurse here in Oxford University Hospital. And of course, Susie Lagrata. Yan, our advanced nurse practitioner in headache and migraine disorders. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, JC. Thank you. Yan. Thank you very much, everyone. And, wow, let me just remove that one. Yeah, so what is your takeaway? Yan. We've been here for 1 hour and 24 minutes and 9 seconds. Yan. So it is my objective or purpose or aim to bring value to all of you who are listening, tuning in here, joining us every week here in JhermiNATION. So what is your takeaway? And for me, it's really, let me just, the support system is very important. You know, the support system, we are lucky that we have the Filipino Nurses Association UK, who are here to support our newly arrived Filipino nurses, and for all those aspiring Filipino nurses who wants to come here in the UK. It's so much better now. We have an organization who will support us. We've been here for 20 years, so we have seen everything. Well, most of it. So, whatever problems or difficulties, challenges that you may have, there's always an answer and solution to all those things. Yeah, and so it's very important, really, the support system. I'd like to welcome Mark Rod. Hello there. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. And yes, for me, always remember the quality of our life will depend on the quality of the thoughts that we are thinking. Always think or always plant that seeds of positivity in your mind every single day. Let it germinate so that one day you will see or meet the better version of yourself. So, yes. Now the time has come to leave you one more time. Let me kiss you. Close your eyes. I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to live alone. About the times I won't have to say. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Yes. Yes. Thank you, everyone, and see you again.
Molo is the UK.
Thank you very much again, and see you on Wednesday and Sundays. Thank you very much, everyone. Can I plant some seeds of positivity and good vibes in your mind for a few minutes? Thank you. Warm greetings, everyone. If you're looking for empowerment, entertainment, and fun, I've got good news. JhermiNATION is here for you, so please don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel, JhermiNATION. Together, we can make a difference and impact. See you every Wednesdays, 12 noon, and Sundays, 7 in the evening, UK time. This is Jeremy of JhermiNATION.